I'm seeing an uptick in left leaning conspiracy theories and misinformation on the results of the 2024 election pop up that I think need to be nipped in the bud immediately. So let's talk about that. Two pieces of left leaning misinformation conspiracy theories that I really just want to, nip in the bud immediately. The first one being the lawsuit that's happening in Rockland County, New York, and how that is proof that Trump stole the election. So let's talk about that one first. The second one is that Trump is withholding natural disaster funds to North Carolina because he stole the election and everybody knows about it. That's the second one. I've seen a couple of those today as well. So let's talk about the New York case, number one. So there's been no decision that has been made in that lawsuit. It was filed, and a panel of the Supreme Court in New York basically said, all right, we're going to let you guys go through and start gathering and then presenting your evidence. Nothing has been produced yet. The basis of the claims for this organization that is behind the lawsuit is that they need to hand count all the ballots in New York State as it's related to the presidential and Senate races. Because number one, they claim that an independent Senate candidate, again, independent Senate candidate, a bunch of people publicly said that they were going to vote for him, and now they're saying that their votes actually did not go to him. Okay. The second argument in their lawsuit is that because a lot of people voted Democrat for U.S. Senator for Kristen Gillibrand, but did not vote for Kamala Harris, that means that obviously Trump interfered. The thing that pisses me off about that argument and why I think it's so important to talk about it right now and why the left needs to not adopt this kind of like argument and framework is that it denies the fact that we live in a country that is deeply racist and misogynistic, and that it actually makes perfect sense that people would vote for Kristen Gillibrand and not vote for Kamala Harris because they are racist. It's infuriating to me as a Black person, as a Black researcher, as a Black woman who has dedicated the last 11, almost 12 years of my life to working in democracy spaces, working in politics, that even in this moment, there is such a refusal to confront the fact that millions of people wanted this to happen because they were so uncomfortable with having a Black woman in a position of power over them. That it's easier to believe that Donald Trump literally stole the election by hacking into our ballot machines than the fact that your grandma is deeply racist. That's infuriating to me. And we have to stop that immediately. So there's that. Second misinformation piece, that Donald Trump is withholding funds to North Carolina because I guess he stole the election there, and people know it, and that's why, because there's all these there's groundswell of people in North Carolina who are saying that Donald Trump hacked into the voting and ballot machines. Donald Trump is a deeply petty person. He is a deeply childish and petty and small-minded person. Those are the nicest things I could say about him. He's not giving aid to North Carolina because he likes hurting people. This is who millions of people in this country wanted president of the United States over a highly qualified Black woman. Again, that is the root of the issue, that it is easier for people to believe all of these conspiracy theories, all of this misinformation, than face the hard, cold facts, which is that the president of the United States is deeply underqualified. We all were presented with that information. We were presented with a very highly qualified Black woman. People saw those two and decided to go for the deeply unqualified white man based solely on the fact that he is a white man. It's going to be incredibly important that people have faith in the safety and the security of our elections, if there is any hope of us actually moving forward as a country. These narratives, these conspiracy theories that I'm seeing pop up on TikTok, this is how we make sure that people feel completely disengaged and do not want to involve themselves in the 2026 election. They keep the House, they keep the Senate, and we're done. We have to confront the racism in this country. It is the only way we get ahead, and it's the crux of every single issue when it comes to politics, when it comes to voting, when it comes to elections. We got to stop playing around with this, for real. Our election infrastructure and the way that elections are administered at every single level in this country is safe. There are entire industries that are built on making sure that our elections are safe and secure. This is like, we are at the point that I'm seeing people on the left that are so in delusion about the crux of how we got here that they are now starting to adopt right-wing talking points.